thing we're going to do is we're going to get the scissors and cut scratch. Next we're going to go to the middle button, get transportation, and remember if it's on another one just go back to this button here and say transportation, and we want to get the plane, little orange plane. We're going to put it up here and we're going to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, now we're going to program it. Remember to press middle button, and then we're going to do when clicked forever move. We only want it to move one, so just go in here, move one, and bounce off edge. Okay, and because we've clicked this it will keep the right way around, so let's just test that. Just flying along. Okay, that works. We'll stop it there. Now we've got to make a background, so what I'm going to do now is click down here on the stage, make sure you're on the stage, background, edit, and I'm just going to colour it light blue for the sky, and I'm going to put some brown down for the ground. Just going to use the square tool. There we go. And press OK. So let's try again. There we go. So now we have the plane flying in the sky. Stop it. Now we need to make a parachute. So what I'm going to do is paint new sprite. And I'm going to paint a little fan like this, and then I'm going to join it up with a gap in between, and then it coming round. I'm going to fill in white on that, and I'm going to put the package in a brown box. Press OK. Now you can see this is quite big at the moment. This is the parachute. What I'm going to do is make it smaller. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually give it some code. So the first thing I'm going to say is when clicked, I'm going to make a variable and call it drop. So we're making a variable called drop for this sprite only. Press OK, and that's our variable drop there. And I'm going to say set drop to 0. Then I'm going to say when space key pressed, so when I press the space key, forever if, let's see what we've got down here, forever if, pull him out, and now I need to go and get an equal sign, so I go into operators, which is the green one, and I get the equal sign and put it in there. I'm going to go back to variables and get drop, put that into, so when drop equals 0, so we'll put 0 in there, hide, so we go to looks, and we put in hide, then we're going to say go to sprite 1, so down here, go to, and if you look there's a little black triangle, and we're going to say go to sprite 1, back to looks, and I'm going to say show. Before that, we need just a little bit of time. So I'm going to say wait. And this time I'm going to say wait point, which is full stop, and a 1. 0.1 seconds. And I'm going to put that in between go to sprite 1 and show. And then I need the glide sign. So this is the glide. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick random. Pick random, put it in that first box. Now, I'm going to put the ground in as -125. And I'm going to say pick random -237 or -238. Okay, so that's minus, and this is just 238. And I'm going to put hide afterwards. So when it gets down to that level, we want it to hide. So go to looks, and it will hide. And let's just test that now. So if we're looking at our screen, I'm going to place the flag. And if you notice, what's happening now is the plane is dropping lots of parachutes. Let's just change that to 3 or to 2. Try 2 to start with. And stop it. And start it again. Press. There we go. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put hide up here at the very start. And now the plane is dropping lots and lots of parachutes. Good. Stop it. Start it again. Press. And it's dropping lots and lots of parachutes. So, what's going to pick the parachutes up? Well, I am now going to make a car, or we can get a car. So I'm going to go into choose new sprite from file, in transportation, and I'm going to choose car 1. Put him down on the ground and make him smaller. Okay. So car 1 at the bottom. Remember to click this middle one so he doesn't go upside down. Now I'm going to say when green flag collect forever, and I want an if. So forever, if touching, so I need to go to sensing for that because that's a touching. Forever if touching sprite 2, hide change score by 1. So we need to make another variable, and we'll make that variable, and we'll say for this sprite only, we're going to call it score. Okay. So we're going to say set score or change score by 1. We're going to need to start with a when flag collect, set score to 0, and we want the car to go to the start position where it is now. So we're going to go to motion, and we're just going to grab the go to block. There we go. When green flag clicked, we're going to say show. And now we just need some controls on the car. So we're going to say when right arrow pressed, point in the direction right, move 10 steps. I'm just going to copy this and change it to left. Okay, so that gives us our control of on the arrows, so we can go backwards and forwards. So let's start it again. And we have to avoid and pick up as many packages as we can. And each time we pick a package up, we want to make sure that our score is going up. So I'll just stop that now. So just change score by 1. So let's just double check this. If touching sprite 2, hide, and that's in a forever box, and change score by 1. So let's just check that's doing it. We don't need drop, so if we go to variables, we don't need to see drop. So let's just see where drop is. No, we don't need to see that. And we'll try it again. Now the problem we've got here is that the car isn't quite big enough. So I'm going to make the car a little bit bigger and move him up just a little bit, because he's got to be big enough to actually catch the parcels. Let's do it again. In which case, when I go to the car, I'm just going to change this out to the new measurements. Press go. So I'm going to drop these down, and I've really got to. Okay, the car's gone now. So the car needs to disappear, which we've got here, and it needs to disappear for 1 second and then show, and that shows us that it's caught the package, gone back, delivered it, and then come back again. So let's start again. Right, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and that's the game. So you've got to pick up as many packages to get as high points as you can. Once you pick a package up, you automatically disappear and go back to the depot, and then have to